It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you because that's New Orleans. And this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar today, we're at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street where the information is right on the wall and on a giant blackboard. They have a 3 to 6 p.m. every day happy hour. Is that correct? Yes, 3 hours of happy hour every day where all the drinks are half price and all the starters and bar food is half price as well.
Yep.
So come down here and check it out. Wayfair is on Ferret Street, right near Napoleon. I think the show's was a pretty good show today, don't you, Andrew? This is Andrew Duhon.
Yeah, I think we should just get to the happy hour now.
That's it. Just start
Give me some
drinking.
appetizers.
Michael Underwood is here,
Sure,
who's an
everyone.
expert on the bars of New Orleans. Michael, nice to see you.
Good to see you, Grant.
What are you drinking? You're wearing a T-shirt that says "Stay Weird."
Yes.
That's like an acid trip type thing. Where'd you get that thing from?
In Austin, actually, of all places.
Oh, that's their whole thing. Stay
Naturally,
weird.
yeah.
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that place?
Well, I mean, it's really about, like, keeping it local, shop local businesses. That's really what the slogan means.
Yeah. Does it work? I mean, is it weird at all?
Oh, yeah, that's weird, too. Some people took the weirdness literal.
They did. What's so weird about it?
About Austin?
Yeah, what's-
I don't find it too weird, but
That's what
other,
I'm saying.
other folks might.
No, I
So-
don't think they do, though. Do you think other folks find it weird, Andrew?
Maybe they mean like funky is what like the New Orleans
Yeah.
translation. You know?
Definitely
Yeah.
what they're looking for.
Katie Dupree is here as well. Hi, Katie.
Hello.
We're looking forward to talking to you because you have something to do with political science research, I believe.
That's true. Yes.
Lean forward and
Ooh.
talk. So you've got a lot of questions to ask you.
Oh goodness.
You're the most important person in the whole country now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
And then Justin Edward is here as well, who's our music guest today. He's brought his guitar with him.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to
How are
it.
you doing?
I'm doing well.
And you're
I'm
also
doing
an attorney, I believe.
That's
So this is handy.
true.
So we've got
Nice.
a lot of good things going on here today. Shall we start with the problems with political research? Or
I
what?
think-
Right after this one thought that I just
Okay.
popped into my head.
Yeah.
I feel Justin. I feel like an album full of nothing but folk songs specifically about cases. Just the story of the
Yeah,
case. Every
exactly.
single one is just a case. And like most of them are boring as fuck. One or two are hits because they're some
Because
interesting
something
murder
really
case.
weird
mostly
happened.
Just
but mostly it's just like, hey,
you know.
somebody died and I had to go make sure that they got their inheritance.
Well, do you know-
That's essentially
yeah,
what
right.
it
Or maybe like
You what?
settled out of court is like a 20-second song. You know?
Yeah, right.
Settle Out of Court is a pretty good title, actually, for your new
I
album.
sued my. That's hey, that's not bad.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we could keep thinking. It's a good start.
Okay,
Yeah,
Settle
anyway,
Out of Court.
what were you saying?
Are there any well-known songs about trials? There's Hurricane Carter by...
That was my first thought. Is the here's the story.
Yeah.
of a
Okay.
That's about the
Right.
only one I can think of. Yeah.
That's
There's
the
gotta
only
be
one?
no. Bob
about a
Dylan's got
boxer.
another one. Williams and Singers. That one. It's from the. I can't. I think it's the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan album. But yeah, there's another Dylan song about.
there's something, The Hanging Judge. The Hanging Judge.
Disgrace and criticize all fear. Bear the rag away from your face. Now is the time for your tears. It's about somebody getting murdered and people getting off, and I don't really know the political.
Well, what about the other one where he
ramifications,
says the hanging judge was drunk? Remember the
but you're just talking about
it's
one of
three
the
names.
songs where he
another Bob
he-
Dylan song where they're drilling through the wall. Remember?
I don't know it.
Come on.
Oh
is,
no.
is it
I
the
don't know
one
it
where
either.
that's like
Katie, you're
disjointed
Bob
with the
Dylan
story, but
Yeah.
college classes will try to follow the story for some
Well, now
reason.
that he's a Nobel laureate, I guess they do study him in college.
I have a friend who's a huge fan of her. She'll be very disappointed that I don't know anything about this.
But you don't think is she going to be listening to this?
Well, I'll tell her now so she can listen and be upset with
Well,
me.
can we just call her up and ask her what's in there? Lily Rosemary, the Jack of Hearts. It's called.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember that? That's a-
yeah,
Actually,
that
that's
is that is a
title.
trial one.
How about that? That just came to me.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
So
I think
Bob-
I'm going to call it a day.
Bob
right
Dylan's
there.
the only guy who
All
writes.
right, wrap it up.
Yeah, good show, guys.
Good happy hour.
There's I know. There's got to be someone else who wrote songs about court cases.
Think of a non-Bob Dylan court case song. That's the question.
So
And
he's
no.
really just he just exploits political discourse throughout the country. Is kind of what he is.
Yeah,
We can move
we
it.
figured it out. We figured out the Bob Dylan thing. You know.
So it's exactly what I need
That's
to be
like-
doing. Is
yeah,
to
we just-
follow in his
we
footsteps.
pulled
I
the
need to be
curtain.
doing exactly that what you suggested. Write all my songs about all the
Yeah.
cases that I did.
What are you writing songs about actually, though? now?
Everything involved in my life, pretty much. It seems like I'm an open book when it comes to writing.
What
The last little
what
bit
sort of
has
life are
been-
you living?
A crazy one. It's for the most part.
Is it weird?
Lately, it's been a lot about the trials of going and meeting people out in public.
Oh, you
And-
have
and-
agoraphobia?
Well, no, it's not so much the agoraphobia as much as it is like I'm recently back into the dating scene
Nice,
after being
yeah.
gone for a
Yeah,
long
I
period of
see.
time, and I'm learning that it's so not even close to what it used to be like.
Well, how long have you been gone off of the dating scene?
Oh wow, quite a while, several years,
Well, no, how many, though?
Wait a
at
second.
least 6 or 7 years.
So
Okay.
you were off the dating game as in you were dating someone else?
I was
Were you a
seeing
monk?
somebody, and I was seeing them exclusively for like 7 or 8
Great.
years.
So it sounds like you should be spending at least 3 years just writing sad bastard heartbreak songs.
yeah,
I would
I'm
think.
there.
Yeah,
I'm,
Okay.
Yeah. Just making sure you're.
I'm a
you're-
few years. I'm
'cause
a
that's-
couple of years into
that's
that,
a
and
deep
now I'm
well.
like, all right,
All right.
screw it. I'll go back in and see what it's like to
I
be
love
out
that,
there
Will.
and do it.
So you were dating this person and went for 6 or 7 years,
Right.
and then what happened at the end?
She went crazy.
How does it work? Why does it always go that way?
No.
You know, every guy
what's
says
weird,
that.
So
And she says about you, you're
Oh,
emotionally,
she told me I
you're
was.
emotionally
She told me I was
unavailable.
completely fucked up, but that's another
Are you
story.
emotionally
I'm
unavailable?
emotionally unavailable. for
You're
sure.
emotionally
completely
unavailable,
emotionally
Michael,
unavailable.
I'm like a robot.
But is that-
100%.
Is that what she said to you? That was
Oh,
the problem?
totally. Oh, totally.
See, that's
Yeah.
what
What
every
about you,
guy.
Katie?
What about?
Are you emotionally available?
No, not really.
All right.
You're
perfect.
emotionally
What were some-
unavailable as
Yeah.
well.
A bunch of
Yeah.
things.
you're already
That's
on
perfect.
I'm working on
That's
it. I'm
perfect.
working on
Well,
it.
you're already on your second or third drink, so that should help. And we've only been on the show like 5 minutes. You're on your third. You realize that? You're like an alcoholic or what?
No, no.
She
I
prefers
did drink last night though, so I was feeling a little bit.
How are you feeling? A
That's
little
okay. I drank
hungover?
last night too. Cheers.
alcoholic inclined.
This is the third podcast today. She's like this on every one.
Yeah, yeah. every
Well, it's
single
the
one.
holidays. You're supposed to be sort of, drinking a lot now. It's forgivable. What were
Yeah.
you doing last night anyway?
We were at Pals, just hanging out.
Who's we?
Actually, Allison Moon, who is our photographer.
Ah, you know Allison.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, girl.
And a couple of friends from the neighborhood.
Okay.
Just meeting
that a
people
euphemism?
and. Nope, not a euphemism. Nope.
Are you single,
Friends
by the
from
way?
neighborhood.
I'm not single.
Who are you dating?
I'm dating a guy named James.
James.
He
Okay.
was-
Shout out to James.
Yeah.
What's up?
James,
All right.
all
What up,
James?
James?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Where's he right now?
He's at work.
Okay,
He's
what's he
he's
doing?
a chef at Koshan.
Nice.
Well, that is
Oh,
a
there you go.
very handy guy to be dating.
It is. Yes, I don't have
Okay.
anything in my fridge, so it's very
He
nice.
doesn't need to
that
wear cologne. He just smells great.
Well, I hope that works out because apparently it's difficult dating a chef. Have you found it to be difficult?
It's not difficult. He has actually a really nice schedule. He works the mornings, so
Oh,
he
so
never
he might
works
call
nights.
you while you're on the show, and he'll be our 6th guest.
That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
What do they do at Koshan? They have breakfast there?
No, they have lunch and dinner. A lot of meat, a lot of animals.
Right.
Yeah,
So he does lunch. He's the lunch
he's
chef.
the lunch. Yeah, he's the lunch guy.
Wow, that's a pretty good gig, I would
Lots of
imagine.
bacon.
is, it is.
Lots of bacon.
What time does he come home?
About 6.
Well,
Yeah,
that's a
they're from
really
8
great
to
Wow,
job.
6.
we're not going to catch him then.
No,
That's
not
a
even.
really great
Not
job.
even, yeah.
And then he
is.
comes home in time to cook dinner for you.
For me, I know. It's wonderful.
I love this.
So I got
One more shout out to James.
I got a bit of a Koshan story.
Yeah.
So I had some friends from England come into town, a family from Portsmouth, and good friends, always took care of me across the pond. So they're coming to New Orleans, and I think, okay, where do I bring them tonight? Well, we need to go get some dinner. Let me do something, nice, but not too nice. We ended up going to Koshan.
Okay.
There are definitely things on the menu that are New Orleans inspired. There was alligator, things like that. And you're going to order those sort of things. It felt like they didn't enjoy themselves as much as anybody from New Orleans would enjoy that food. It's great, but maybe somehow it's
too foreign?
it's like too overthought for like the foreign palate. Not Koshan specifically, I don't want to say, because they do great stuff.
No,
but,
they're a fine
but,
restaurant.
Yeah, I suppose there's this line where someone who's not familiar with Creole cooking, you get too far displaced from the palate of somebody who's never had Creole at all.
You mean they should
And,
start off at like moulats? or
Yeah, I
something?
wonder. I
Where
wonder
you could
where did
just
I go
get
wrong? How did I go
gumbo.
wrong? Bringing
Yeah.
them to Koshan. How was that wrong? But even their youngest son took one bite of alligator. walked directly to the bathroom, came back, and did not have another bite of food the rest of the meal.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
they missed out. I mean,
Yeah, I agree, but I wonder,
It doesn't
you know, like,
taste
how
that
do you?
weird.
I know,
especially
I know.
at
Tastes like
Cochon.
chicken.
Yeah, it's I
James?
agree.
I agree.
But I wonder, you know, what's this for? Like, what's the foolproof way to bring somebody from the UK who's obviously, you know, they're steak and potatoes folks, but
Bland.
You know,
very
I
bland.
guess they need-
My mom's British.
Where
I
do
have,
you-
I have
yeah.
a
Is she
whole side
really?
of the family that's living
Well,
over
what's
there
the
right
answer
now.
to the question?
I still don't know. They came in town for Jazz Fest. My cousins came in town from Jazz Fest. The first time, like, we were drinking age and we could all go out and do that. I'm just like 10 years old. 10 years older than them. So it's finally get to bring them out and do that. And I brought them to the Crawfish Festival.
oh yeah,
And they were just mowing down on crawfish
Heck
left
yeah.
and right. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, look, clearly y'all can handle the spice. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
So I'm really at a loss for what it is. I don't think it's necessarily all of that. You can't paint that broad picture with the English people.
right. No,
But
of
I do know
course.
some people. But I think we're a little bit, what's the word? Spoiled. At the fact that like we get all this great food that's here. I lived in Boston for 10 years, and
Yeah.
I would cook some of that stuff up there.
Are you from here originally?
I'm from here originally.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
your
then
mom came here from England,
Mom came here from England.
met your father.
Actually, they met over there,
Oh, he dragged her back
and
here.
he dragged her back.
Okay.
smart guy.
Right.
And then how'd you end up in Boston for 10 years?
I went up for undergraduate at Berkeley up there. And
Berkeley
then-
School of Music?
Yep.
So you went to Berkeley School of Music. So
Yep.
you're a real musician.
Real live musicians.
Wow.
No,
Okay, well,
kind of.
joke's over then. I think we might have to get you to play something.
Yeah, man.
So this is an actual real live musician
Yeah.
with a heartbreak story.
Uh-huh.
So what are the names of the songs you've written about? What was the name of this woman who broke your heart? Or did she break your heart? Or
Jen.
you were pleased to see-
Jen. Her name was Jen.
Jen.
Yeah, she broke my heart
I
pretty
think
good.
the name
I'm gonna
of
write
the
that
record
down.
is her name was Jen.
Her name was Jen.
I'm going to write that down just in case we have too much to drink.
Hey, Jen,
name.
sorry for your loss.
And where is she today?
She's back in New Hampshire.
Is she? Well, so much for that.
Yeah.
So you brought her down here?
I
or-
brought her down here, and part of the reason why it didn't work was because I love it here, and she couldn't stand it here.
Oh, that is a bit of a problem. I've never actually heard that.
That's
though.
honestly, that's the first
Totally
time I met somebody that came down here and said, I don't like it here at all.
What
It's like,
was her objection mostly to it, other than having to live with you?
but pretty much that.
That was mostly it. That's what I was
Pretty
thinking.
much-
I don't
pretty
think
much
it
that.
was white enough here. She had to go back to New Hampshire.
What? Is that what it was?
That's
was it
my
a race
part.
thing?
I was kidding.
She never
Well, you
lived
never
away
know.
from
Sometimes,
home.
you know.
So by not living away from home, this was like her first.
Ah.
She didn't. She's. I mean,
What, was
she
she
was
like
in
12 or
Boston,
something?
but she lived in. Her folks lived in New Hampshire, which is like an hour away. And
Was she legal age? You didn't.
Of course.
You didn't take her out of kindy or anything.
No. She wasn't in kindergarten or anything
Okay.
like that.
All
no.
right.
No.
So she was a normal age person
Yeah.
who just left home and didn't like it.
And didn't
in
like
the
it.
South.
Said,
Not
"I'm gonna
everyone
go
likes
back."
the South.
No. She said it was too slow.
I can understand not liking the
slow.
song.
She said it was
Wow.
too slow.
For New, yeah,
Okay.
I was like,
for
come
New
on
Hampshire
now,
life.
for New Hampshire.
How fast?
Come on.
Right.
With-
How fast is it supposed to be? What does that mean? Too slow?
I don't know. She said the fact that people are
You don't know.
going
That
up to
could
her
be a
and talking
problem
to
right
her.
there, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
People going up and talking to her all the time,
Okay,
giving her
like,
hugs
yeah,
and
not-
touching her
not
and
New
doing things
Yorkish
like
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
First
okay.
of all, just two things I have to tell you. First of all, it's Thomas's birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Thomas.
Jackson's the
Thomas.
director.
Hey,
Secondly,
Thomas.
Hey, bro.
Thomas.
Our live.
It's my birthday, too.
Ashley,
Hey, bro.
Is your birthday today?
It's my birthday
Today.
as well.
Hey,
yeah.
all right.
Happy
Ah,
birthday.
Mike, happy
Birthday.
birthday. This is what you
It
do.
is,
Don't tell anyone. I don't tell
It is
anyone.
not my birthday today.
Okay.
Just in case you were wondering.
Okay. And Asher Griffith, who's our live feed director, is sitting over here. He just threw salt over his shoulder. Did I see you do that? What
You
is
spilled it?
He
what
spilled
is-
the salt.
You
How
spilled
dare
some
you,
salt,
sir.
and so you have to throw it over your shoulder. Oh, what does that do? That takes away the bad curse.
Yeah, superstitious. Yeah.
Did you try doing that when Jen left you?
Yes.
Didn't work.
Didn't work.
So did she
Good.
say, "Why don't we both move to Boston and try and make this work out"?
No. She
She didn't
instead
say that.
she instead got real angry one night because I went to go play a gig and she didn't want to go with me, and so she stayed at home, and she wrecked my apartment.
That seems completely reasonable.
Oh.
The only things that were still intact were the only things that were still intact were the TV, all of my musical instruments, and
Well, all right. So
I
she
mean,
was a
yeah.
sensitive
That was about
wrecker.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like
no,
the
no,
TV would have been
tables
the most fun.
broken, the bed frame was completely destroyed.
Oh, she must be pretty
everything was-
strong. break a table.
think
and
there was a lot of
bed?
alcohol
Well, she
involved.
felt like that was her bed. You know, that was the bed.
She's a goddamn
That-
she-hole.
yeah,
Okay.
that was,
But did
you
you
know.
try breaking a bed anytime?
I
Try
haven't.
moving.
Have you
Well,
tried
it
to
depends
break
on
a
the
bed
bed.
before? I mean, you know,
Depends-
Try
depends
moving
on
a
the-
nice
bed.
big old
If
wood bed.
you go after
Just-
an IKEA bed, you only need one
Oh,
hand.
well,
That's
like,
true.
yeah,
You
okay,
just,
you know.
right.
right
Yeah,
like that.
easy.
It's like a pencil.
Yeah.
So where was she when you came home from the gig? Was she in the house with it all
No,
destroyed?
she was gone. She was gone.
She smashed it up. Was
She
she living?
smashed.
Was she living there
She
too?
was living with me. Yeah, she smashed it up and went
Did
to a friend's
did
house.
she leave a note like, "Hey, staying over at Stephanie's. See you later."
Yeah, she sent a text to me, and when I got home, I was
Text.
like,
Oh, lovely.
"Oh,
Where's the
interesting."
gig? Where was the gig?
Metairie, Hurricanes.
Oh wow. And did she not want to go because it was hurricanes? She just didn't.
She
wanna
just
go?
didn't want to go. Period.
Was she angry
seemed
that
like-
you went and she did? Like,
Well,
what
she was.
I feel like
so
there's
she was.
something more to
Yeah,
this
there's definitely
story.
more. There's definitely more to it. Like, so I met her at Berkeley. So she was a musician too
Cool.
and a singer.
Yeah.
And we were trying to do a bunch of stuff, and I was trying to introduce her to a bunch of people here, and nobody seemed to take
Didn't-
to
they
what she
didn't
was
like her
doing.
voice.
What
Yeah.
was she doing?
She ended up being a makeup artist,
Oh,
and she's still doing that right now.
Is
Actually,
she also still wrecking homes and bedrooms?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
People
It
do
sounds like she
things,
should go
man.
pro at it. Just gonna
I mean,
put that out
clearly.
there.
all right. I just had an idea. I just got to throw it out there.
Another-
You know
is
that
it another song?
that demolition woman around town. She's
Demo
got
Diva.
Pink, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Demo
Diva.
She's way better name for that. Home Wreckers.
Do you know
Home
what's
Wreckers.
Home Wreckers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Great
TV
name
show.
for her,
Multiple
you know?
people are a part of it.
You know what's really
Is it a-
hilarious?
It's a TV show
That's
now?
the TV show. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
There's a show called Home Wreckers already.
Oh, there is.
Oh, no,
I'm
we're
asking you.
No, that's
That
what I'm
was a
saying.
question.
This is a
This
TV
should be
show
a
that we're
TV
developing
show.
right now.
Oh,
We're
I see.
spitballing.
Okay, yeah. Home Wreckers.
Yeah.
Could be
Home
fun,
Wreckers.
yeah.
But what is the concept?
It's like
You're
women who own a demolition company.
And / go in people's homes and wreck shit.
Yeah.
oh, you mean
I
on
think she-
behalf of?
And they're kind of like
On
Real
behalf of other-
Housewives.
Yeah, and
On behalf of
a
other
scorned
women.
lover.
Yeah. I'll pay you
wow.
to fuck shit up.
Yeah,
I have to write that down.
yeah. The tagline, or just home wreckers in general, because I think the tagline was more potent. We can work around that. We'll workshop the.
I don't believe it's legal to go into someone's private property and wreck it.
What's
yeah,
legality?
yeah.
I don't think
not
you
reverse
can
Not without
sell that.
consent.
Fox.
Not without consent. No.
Even Fox wouldn't buy that. I don't think. I don't think that's where you've
Well,
got
it's
to.
All
Here-
start
here's
scripted
how you-
anyway.
here's how you
It
spin
doesn't
it.
matter. It's all scripted anyway.
It's how you
Oh, that's
circumvent
good.
the
They
law.
sign. They
All
sign
right,
off
all
on the
right,
waiver. They
This
go
is
there. Look, I'm an
assumed-
attorney. I can take care of this for
Oh,
you.
that's all we have an attorney now. So, Justin, what were you going to tell us?
Oh, the funny thing about
funny
all of
thing,
this,
that was the sentence,
The
yes.
funny thing about all of this is that her family up in New Hampshire owns a demolition business,
Oh my God!
which is
They should call it
absolutely
Home
That's where she got
totally
the
100%
experience. Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
I didn't even put two and two together until right now. I'm like, you know what? That's
Wow.
fucking hilarious.
And how long ago did all this happen?
3 years
2012.
ago.
How many?
2012.
2012.
And I took myself
It's
off the market.
2016.
I know.
It's almost 2017.
and I took
now.
myself off
Oh
the
my
market
God.
for 2 years. Wrote a bunch of,
Of course.
you know,
Some bad songs.
woe is
okay.
me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was like, screw it, I'm gonna go out there and see what's there. And
Okay.
that was when I started. I'm like, holy crap, this is
So are
not.
you doing? Sorry, are you doing the dating apps?
I have done the dating apps.
How you feeling about it?
Katie's. Look at Katie's.
What's your favorite?
What's your
I don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
Bumble.
I
Humble.
don't. Bumble.
Bumble. Bumble's where it's at.
Bumble's where it's at.
Did you meet? Is it James?
No, actually, Moon introduced James and I.
You call Alison Moon? That's her nickname.
yeah,
And
that-
ho-
yeah,
do you
I've
co-
always
do
known
you-
her as Moon.
Do you come from Lafayette?
Yes, I'm from
That's
Lafayette.
how you guys know each
yeah.
other. And that's where they call her Moon.
Moon, yeah.
Oh, now
Sorry.
we know
Well,
something
look
new
at
about.
We never
How'd
knew
you
I
that.
had no idea.
She's trying to come in and reinvent herself as a professional. Now you've blown the whole thing. I like that.
Hey,
name, though,
Moon,
you know.
how do you feel about wrecking shit? Just recruiting. Just thinking.
if it's
Allison
like
could wreck some
pallet
shit.
that I'm about to throw in a fire, I'm all for it, but not like people's shit.
Yeah.
I like how you just brought fire into the equation.
good.
I mean, that's great.
It's the go-to. Pyro.
So that's stuck in your mind, even though that was now 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh
or
yeah, because
something.
it was like an 8-year relationship.
Right.
So it was I had to give it that time and let it do it. Now I'm off doing this new stuff, and I'm like, I don't even know how to do this anymore. I've been so off the market for.
So have you tried Bumble?
I have tried Bumble.
And what's the deal with that, Katie? Did you have success with that?
I did not have success with any of the dating apps.
But she liked that one the most.
I did like that one the most. It had the best pool of men.
All right, okay. And what's the definition of best?
Yeah,
What
define
qualities?
best
What
pool of
qualities
men.
are we looking for?
A little more professional. They don't have completely ridiculous pictures.
Okay.
It's nice because they say the females have the power. They're the ones that can choose whether to chat first or not.
So like real life, they have the power.
They have the power, right?
Yeah, it just sets you up for what's actually going to
Yeah,
happen.
what's going to be.
But I liked it better than Tinder. That was a short-lived phase.
Right. Well, how
but-
did you meet the Chef James?
Well, I was on Bayou St. John for a crawfish boil.
Yeah.
And
Great place to meet a dude.
Yeah.
Bought a crawfish boil. That's awesome.
That's perfect
yeah.
place.
So, and he,
That's the whole story. He was at the crawfish boil.
yeah, well, he
With
used to
Moon.
live next to Moon. They used to be neighbors.
so Moon's a key to
And-
the whole thing.
Yeah. She's definitely key to the whole thing.
All right.
Nice job, Moon.
Yeah. Moon, how come
Thanks,
you
Moon.
how come you didn't date this guy?
James is not my type.
Not your type.
Your type.
Okay.
Why not?
That's we're into
Shout out to James
That's
again.
a different conversation.
It's the chef thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I
She doesn't
You're
like
not
chefs.
looking for a chef.
She doesn't peel a crawfish the same way he
See-
peels a crawfish. No big deal.
It works for me, him being a chef, because I like my alone time. I like to do my own thing. I'm not super needy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm a chick,
That's
but
what you
I'm
think.
not,
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
super needy.
Listen, before we go any further, we're going to make you play a heartbreak song, then, Justin.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't know what we're talking about here. Yet.
Bust us up.
So this
Bust
is
us right
Justin Edward. This is the name of this guy. If you're looking for his music,
up. Ooh,
where
nice,
can we
nice worn out guitar. too. That's nice.
where can we find this music of yours?
You can find
we
it-
steal it on
Yeah, all over
Spotify
the
and
place.
so
Justin Edward Music is where you can find it.
JustinEdwardMusic.com. All right. And what's this song called that we're going to be listening to here?
I think this one's going to be called Hey.
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 Sup.
All right.
Change it to sup.
Seems just like a dream as you walk across my periphery. Lips move with truth, and I just wanna hear you say my name. Call me babe, get lost in that smile, but I am choking on my words. Why am I so afraid to say, hey, what's your name? Where'd you come from? Why have you been hiding from me? Tell me about your battle scars, broken hearts, and stolen dreams. Why is it hard to say, hey? Finding words to speak, everything comes out so weak. My hands start to quiver, my feet's trying to make a move. Can it be someone beat me to a seat? 'Cause I am choking on my words. Why am I so afraid to say, hey, what's your name? Where'd you come from? Why have you been hiding from me? Tell me about your battle scars, broken hearts, stolen dreams. Why is it hard to say, hey? Hey, what's your name? Where'd you come from? Why have you been hiding from me? Tell me about your battle scars.
I tell you something. That's got radio smash hit written all over it, doesn't it?
I hope it comes through over the radio and podcast as good as it sounded
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.
I'm not kidding.
Excellent.
That was fucking incredible.
Thank
It
you.
was excellent.
It really. What do you
Fucking
think? Andrew?
incredible. You heard it first.
Fucking
Heard it
incredible.
first.
Smash it or
Radio,
trash it.
First time.
That really is a great song.
Yeah, well,
That-
that's all from me trying to go and like work up the nerve to
Yeah.
go talk
Right.
talk to somebody.
Gin-
Yeah.
Gin-
Getting the
Gin did your
conversation is
favor.
half the battle. Big Daddy taught us
Yeah.
that, you know.
That's
Big
a-
Daddy did teach us that.
That's like a song about dating, basically.
Oh yeah.
But that's a hit, isn't it? Isn't that like a radio ready like? It's one of those songs you hear on the radio.
Thank you.
You got to do
I
something
fucking
with
hate
that.
the radio, so I don't think that's fair.
But that's where people,
Spotify.
you know. Well, if anyone still listens to the radio, I'm not sure that they do. But that's like it's like a pop song.
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? What's going to happen to that?
I don't know yet. I'm still writing the record essentially. Then I want to start
Join the
going
club.
out and
That's
do the
Hey,
stuff with.
hey, Moon, are you single? I know a guy.
Hey girl.
Hey, good point. So where are you playing around town?
All over. The next one, in fact, shockingly enough, I'm
Promotion.
starting to get somebody here that's saying, come over to my place on Friday and come do a jam session there. But I think I'm doing, the next one in town I'm doing is December 9th out in Metairie.
This is 2016.
Where's the
if you're
location?
listening.
Metairie and Encore. And then I'm actually playing keys for a Led Zeppelin tribute on Sunday night.
Oh.
A Led Zeppelin tribute band. Are you in
Alright.
that Led Zeppelin tribute band, whatever it's called?
Yeah, Mothership with
Right.
all those boys.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing that on Sunday.
Does keys
But that's
mean
just
piano?
That's just a
Yeah.
way to make some money, I assume. This is the real.
This is the real
stuff
deal.
that
Yeah,
you're
I'm in the process
Right.
right now. I've got the bands kind of
Right.
piecing the bits and pieces
I'll
of it
tell you
together.
who knows a lot about what's going on around town. That's Michael Underwood sitting right across
Yeah,
the
that's
table
right.
from you. He's the inventor of an app called Scene Hound.
That's right.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Katie's
Katie,
just-
Wait.
easy now.
Have we met though?
I
At
don't think
the
so.
Oh, boy.
Barpreneur
Oh, yeah.
at Soho?
Yeah,
Or
Sobo.
Sobo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shout out every Friday
Yeah.
at noon.
Did you go to that thing?
I did.
Entrepreneurs, whatever. What's it called?
Barpreneurs.
Yeah.
Barpreneurs.
Yeah, it's for it's hanging out at a bar with a bunch of entrepreneurs telling their story.
So what's the deal here? What are we talking about? What's this hound thing?
Scene
Scene
Hound.
Hound?
Seen how?
It's an app I invented that tells you how busy bars and restaurants are in real time.
Okay.
So if you want to know how
d-
full or empty a bar may be,
Ah.
depending on your mood, you can find the right place to
you
go.
can tell me what's going on at Brothers 3 right now?
Well, that's a funny
Maybe.
one to choose.
But all right,
Nothing is
so I
the
guess what
answer.
I'm asking is, how are you doing that? And I assume it's only certain bars.
Are you familiar with Waze?
Yes.
It's like Waze for bars and restaurants, so it's user generated.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So the more people that sign up and check in, so to speak,
Correct.
the better intel we get.
Exactly.
Okay. So at the moment, how would you say? I mean, would you be honestly like how good's the intel?
You're probably gonna find good information on about 120 bars and about 80 restaurants every night.
in,
How about
in New
that?
Orleans? Yeah.
So you can look at this thing before you
great.
go out. If you want to go out and have a fun night and a busy night, you can find out where the action is. And if you want to go somewhere where you can actually talk and have a
Right.
quiet conversation,
That's
like
where I go,
Croissant,
yeah.
Yeah, you can find out
Okay.
where there's no wait. It's a brilliant idea,
Thank you.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really taking off here in New Orleans. I've been very fortunate.
I like happy hours, not just because
Well,
I'm on this show,
Just
but
because you're on.
I feel like
one.
I would check, to see if this happy hour is going to be rammed or not. you
Well,
know?
the cool thing too is that my users get access to exclusive deals like free drinks or food for
Ooh.
using it. So
Ooh.
You mean if you sign up, you get free drinks and food?
if you sign up
What?
and one of my customers who would be a bar or restaurant, if they're running an exclusive deal only offered to my users, yeah, you show up at the bar or restaurant and you get free stuff.
Wow, I would take advantage of that now before
Yeah.
it gets too popular. 'Cause it's got to stop.
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
it?
tomorrow, Rusty Nail and Ghost Tequila, which is like a new product here in town, they're going to be giving away like free Ghost Tequila shots and like Moscow mules with
Right.
tequila. What is that called?
Ooh.
A
Russian
Mexican mule. A Mexican mule.
Or mezcal.
Yeah.
Mezcal or Mexican.
Oh, tequila, right? Okay.
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
A
Grayson
Mexican
knows
mule
about
with
that. Okay.
Ghost Tequila as well. So,
So-
check it out.
And to get that, you have to have the Scene Hound app.
Right.
Wait, so I'm looking at a bar and it says, what does it say? Like this is how many people are in there? No, it says
No,
What does it
it
say?
gives you. It shows up as dots on the map, like a heat map, and the
Okay.
dot is color coordinated from
Well, I'm
blue
sure.
to red.
How many
so
phones
cold
have
to
we got on
hot.
the table here? We can take a look.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I
it
can
says it's
physically
hot or
show it.
cold.
Yeah, it shows you whether it's hot or cold, and then you can quickly ascertain, like right away, looking at the whole map, how busy a place is without even having to like click on the information. But then with bars, it'll tell you the gender distributions of it as well.
The gender distribution.
Now you're talking.
This is useful.
So this is what it looked like on a normal
Okay,
night.
let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, so
Okay.
we
That's
got,
just a screenshot,
We
so.
essentially we have shades of blue and red dots all over town on a Google map is what I'm looking at. Oh, I see, but there's like auroras on some of the reds, which
Aurora.
Yeah,
I
it just means
suppose
more check-ins and
more.
stuff like
So I guess it's like the areola of the dot is bigger.
that. We
well,
went
this
there.
is a really interesting number of words you've chosen to use here. Aurora and areola.
Areola. Yeah.
I just went for it, Grant. I'm saying.
Okay, no, it's good.
Swing for the fences.
Yep.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
That's correct.
Michael Jordan.
So, I mean, so we're looking at, let's say, one of these moderately red dots.
Okay.
Can I assume in a bar that probably holds 200 people that 100 people are there? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean that's really it. So most people don't know what 100 people actually is. Let's
Yeah,
just say
right.
a bar does
Right.
hold 200 people. They don't really know. Like, if I were to tell you there's 100 people there,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't really have a good idea to conceptualize the space and how many people are in it.
Yeah.
But these colors kind of give people the feel of what it actually is.
Uh-huh.
Well, it
This
doesn't really
spot's
matter
really
if it's
hot.
100 or 1,000. It depends how big the place is. So
Right,
you
exactly.
either want it's
And-
crowded or it's not crowded.
And that's the
So-
problem that Google and like
Right.
Facebook can't solve. They can kind of figure out how many people are in there, but they don't really know how big the place actually is.
And so you're taking that into account when you make
Correct.
these shades. So if you got a place that holds 75 people because it's a corner bar and it's got 50 people in it, that thing's red hot. But the 50 people at a 300 place
Exactly.
bar,
That's
that's,
the whole
still
point.
blue.
Yeah.
okay.
Blue.
So
All
who
right.
puts in? Is it all put in by people who are there, like
Correct.
us?
Yeah, exactly.
So if I come to Wayfair right now, and I walk in the door, and I'm, it's up to me to do something. Otherwise,
Exactly.
I think it's not going to work.
You rate the atmosphere how you feel it is.
Okay.
I guess I'm also noticing that if I'm looking at that map zoomed out, I'm noticing where the red dots are. I can see whether or not I'm hip to the fact that, let's say, there's a bowl game going on.
Yeah, or
Oh,
a
right.
festival
Downtown's
or
really
something,
happening,
yeah.
right? And you don't even know that. Maybe you're not hip to what's going on, but maybe there's a part of town that's really the scene is happening. I find that useful. The idea that, oh wait, Frenchman Street's really on fire right now on a Wednesday. What's going on? Who knows? But maybe I'll go check that out.
Exactly,
That
yeah.
idea.
Does anybody, any bar owners or restaurant owners, not want to be part of this for any reason?
No, actually, all of my customers love it. Every bar in the world is on it, and every restaurant in the world is on it.
Wow.
But in terms of like my customers, those are people who pay me to write those exclusive deals for people to come into the door.
Okay. How did you come up with this thing? What were you doing before this?
I was working at an engineering firm. The idea came to me about 8 years ago. I was
About
crowded
the
in a packed
same
bar.
time Justin met Jen, actually.
Yeah. How about that?
Right around there.
Where were you in the country?
I was actually in Baton Rouge at the time. I think I had just moved there back from Georgia, and my friends forced me to go out. I didn't really want to go out, and it was a packed bar, and I couldn't even hear them. So I was like, this is a waste of time. So I was like, I wish I would have known how busy it was before I even came out, because I would just
That was
said
the
no,
moment.
and that was it. That was the moment.
How do you convince a bar that's doing 90% business that they should get on an app that would, to the lay person, because we just talked about why the red hotness, I guess, I'm answering my own question. But,
I don't think hotness is a word either.
Right. Well, it's a red dot on the
Heat.
screen
I think
of the
heat
app.
is the word.
Heat map, yeah.
heat map, right. So
Heat map.
I guess, for me, it would do the same thing that you said. I would say, oh, let me not go there. But I wonder, is that...
Well, some
that's-
people actually seek that
Some people
atmosphere.
seek the scene, yeah.
Yeah, people want to go out where,
Yeah,
it's,
of
where
course,
it's
yeah.
loud and crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the answer
Chris?
to my own question,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
not
yeah.
everybody's hit, of
course.
33 and they want to chill out.
Yeah,
Well,
and
not
that's
only that,
still-
I hate people.
Yeah, me too,
You hate
man.
people?
Me
They're
too.
the
You
worst.
shouldn't have said that.
Get
really.
out of my bar.
Do you want another drink, brother?
Sure.
Yeah. You hate what kind of people do you hate? Everybody.
Anybody?
I
Are you
honestly
s-
don't hate people. I just don't like to be around like a
lot
crowd of people.
you don't know. How are you going to meet anybody interesting if you keep that attitude up?
That would assume that I'm interesting and worth giving something to someone.
Not really.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying other people are interesting and
Sure.
you get to
Yeah.
meet them.
No, I find people fascinating, but I prefer that one-on-one conversation rather than
Right.
a huge
Well,
group.
how do you meet people? Are you single?
Yeah,
So how are you meeting people these days?
I don't. I work all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's sad.
Going to
what
bars?
does it mean? It means like I work like 19 or 20 hours every day.
Yeah, but what does that mean? What is the work? What do you do?
Oh, I'm sitting at my computer.
It's all at the computer.
Generating business or writing new code, stuff like that.
So I know that you've considered this already, and I know the answer is yes, but tell me why not. Have you considered, like putting on those dots? Oh, it's happy hour right now at this dot, or there's trivia night at this dot, or these sort of things.
Honestly, I haven't considered
Oh.
that aspect.
Hey,
so there you
dude,
go.
you're in.
But
10%.
the spirit of the app in general is not to offer something that everyone else has access to. Is to give something special to just my users.
Yeah. But I guess maybe it would be helpful to know why that red dot and maybe the middle of blue dots is red, or maybe I just have to do my own research.
Well, you just have to go there if
I
you're
mean,
looking
yeah,
for
I
fun.
mean that's more complicated than you would think
Yeah.
it would be to do.
Yeah.
I mean, giving the happy hour specials, that's not too complicated.
Hey, how are you making any money out of this thing?
It's a SaaS model, so it's a software as a service. So
SaaS.
Yeah.
Anyone know what that means around here?
No.
No.
software
No.
as a service.
Software as a service.
Yeah.
SaaS.
You knew, yeah.
You
And-
didn't know that, did you?
I
Jeff?
had no clue.
You did not know
Yeah,
that.
sorry.
What does it
My
mean?
bad.
How do you get paid?
All right, so bars and restaurants pay me a monthly fee to be able to post these exclusive deals through the app.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Wow. So who goes around selling that to the bars and restaurants? You?
Me.
So you're getting out actually quite a bit then.
Mainly through email, but then I do like go visit the customers on premise.
you
Yeah.
get a lot of no thanks, but here's a free beer.
No, actually, I'm still 100% when I meet in person closing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
the,
great.
the
Dude,
value
then you get
proposition is
a
really high.
Thank you for coming out. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Here's a
people are
free
really
beer.
excited.
And
So
That's great.
every
Free beer?
single person you hit up with this is going to pay you. When you
Yes.
walk in the door, you know they're going to say yes.
Yeah.
You might have to put your fee up.
Well, that's kind of the thing. I wanted to remain accessible for small businesses.
Have you
much
hit up
if I'm a-
Wayfair?
What's that?
Have you hit up Wayfair?
No, I don't
or
know.
we'll
I
get
don't
the
know
owner.
owner.
Yeah.
Hey, come
We'll
on
get
over.
Vince to come over. How
Come on,
much?
Vince.
How much
It's not
would
in the
Wayfair
house
have to
tomorrow.
pay?
It's $100. It's $100 a month.
That's it. Not
If
bad.
it's one location. So like I have a customer, Juan's Flying Burrito, not to brag. They have 5 locations,
Right.
And so they pay like a discounted fee for each additional.
But if I've
one.
got a bar like this, if I
right,
if Vince
100 a
owns
month.
one-
Okay.
And
I
I,
mean, how-
and
you've
I
gotta
average
be
I
able-
average bringing in on a $10 tab. I bring $1,000 of revenue for that
For every $100 you-
So they'll profit probably about $700 when you take out the cost of drinks and stuff like that.
Okay, so every bar in the world could pay you $100, say.
Yeah, that'd be great. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be great, right?
Hey, are y'all listening? Sign up.
Yeah. So you could be the guy to be dating pretty soon then.
Sure. Don't date me.
Don't date you.
Yeah, don't.
Why not? Guy making
Horrible.
$100 from every bar in the world.
I will disappoint the fuck out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had some bad experiences or something?
Oh,
You start to believe it?
well, no, I just similar to his story. I'd been in several long-term relationships back to back to back, and now I'm just kind of like
Over it.
taking a break. Yeah.
I kind of,
Can I just actually recommend something for you guys?
please. Oh, God.
So, so the dating apps are kind of for the younger, like the super younger
I haven't even
generations.
bothered
Yeah.
to try using it.
I encourage you guys, all the single guys and ladies out there, to start attending 50 Forward events or any events in general in
Shout
New
out Mary
Orleans.
Matthews.
There you go, Mary Matthews.
50 Forward events.
But our
Oh,
tech
yeah.
happy hours are the barpreneurs or whatever, whatever it
That's
is.
the one thing that I do for myself every
Yeah,
week.
there are really cool people that are single out there that aren't on dating apps that are just as busy as you are, either doing their own tech thing or music or law or whatever.
What's
And
50
so-
Forward? What is this?
Yeah.
50 Forward is
Let's get her on the phone.
We should. She's actually been on Happy Hour before.
Mary Matthews,
Yeah.
she was working at Alliance
That's right.
Française when
At
she
the time,
was on
yeah.
our show.
So
last.
50 Forward is a young professionals kind of workforce connector. They do a lot of events for young professionals trying to get people back in New Orleans, keep them in New Orleans, finding them really good jobs. So it's a great organization, but they throw kick-ass parties.
What's your connection to it?
They are housed in the office that I work in. So she sits next to me. She's kind of my...
You work at Gravier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is that?
New Orleans Business Alliance on 935 Gravier.
You work for the New Orleans Business Alliance.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. I work with Louis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small,
How we met.
He was one of
How-
the people who brought me here. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Who's Lewis? What's this guy's story?
Louis David, also from Lafayette, former TV, television personality from Lafayette on the news. But he is a business development director for creative digital media, which Scene Hound kind of is in that field. So that's how they...
Right, yeah. So I was brought to New Orleans by the New Orleans Business Alliance, GNO Inc., in the Idea Village. They
all shipped
I
in
was
to
a
buy
part-
your bus fare from Baton Rouge?
Yeah, well, no, I just happened to be from Baton Rouge. I was brought on this thing called an Idea Tour, and all the other participants were from like California and Texas and New York, and they brought them down. You know, pay for them to come and stay down here, and they wanted to try to get them to move their businesses here to New Orleans.
So you were a desirable asset to
right?
the
Yeah,
city.
they sought out high growth potential companies to try to get them to move to New Orleans.
Okay.
So
And who else was in that?
I can't recall.
On
It
that
was
bus?
over a year ago. I think
So you've
I'm
only
the
been
only
here
one
a
who came.
year?
I've been here since April.
Okay. And it's now what? December.
December, yeah.
Wow. So you just
8
got
months.
here. So you haven't really had much of it. So you've been pretty damn busy.
Yes.
You launched this thing, Scene Hound, since April.
I launched it in May. I moved here in April. I did a little bit more work for a month and then launched it in May.
Wow. Pretty impressive.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Katie, what do these 504 things look like? It's like a scene at a bar?
It's a variety of things. So they have restaurant nights, which is once a month. They choose a local restaurant, and about 30, 40 people go, and you just kind of sit around and talk. They do dine-arounds where kind of the movers and the shakers in the professional community host a bunch of young professionals at their home. So you just meet a variety of people.
And anybody can go to this? I've never heard of anything like this.
It's free
we're
to
not
sign
in.
up for 50 Forward, totally free, and you get newsletters, and you can sign up for these events.
Is it intimidating? Would you feel like it?
No, they're great. They really are great. We just had one for NOLA Made 2016, which was the day after Thanksgiving for expats, trying to get those people that are from New Orleans visiting family to remain in New Orleans as young professionals. It was a great success. Thanks to the Ace Hotel for putting that on.
Wow. So you're a part of this. So we have to get you to... Now, Katie, what do you do for New Orleans Business Alliance? It says here in my extensive research that you're a political researcher.
Oh, yeah, we're going to dive into that.
Yeah.
That was
I
what
knew
I
that
really
was
wanted
coming.
to
I knew
find
that was
out
coming.
about.
I know. Well, traditionally, I studied political science in undergrad and graduate school, and I worked for a political research nonprofit up in Montana for a while. And then when I came back,
Are you from here originally? No, you're from Lafayette.
from Lafayette. Went to UNO for graduate school, and then moved to Montana. And then when I came back, just about a year and a half ago, I was looking for work, and it was economic development. So at the New Orleans Business Alliance, I'm a researcher and data analyst for how the city is performing and how it compares to other cities. Yeah, and it's
Research and data analyst.
it's really interesting. I'm very happy with my job.
How are we doing then?
You know, we excel in a lot of things. There's a couple of things that we need to work on, but that's just
Just
like
a couple?
that's just like
just
any
to-
other city.
So what do you actually do all day? Are you looking
I
at
do
numbers?
a lot of quantitative. I examine modeling for economics and
I mean, someone calling you up and
statistics.
saying, I need this information?
Yeah, I run numbers for people that are interested in opening businesses. They want to know demographics for the area, or they want to know the impact that a particular business would have on an area. I can run those numbers and let you know
And, you-
what would happen.
and is it free? If
It
I
is
call
free,
up,
yeah.
it's totally free.
Yeah.
Do you use
That's
this service?
Yeah.
Michael?
It's not necessarily a service,
Right.
more like a leveraging an entity. So, like, they've been a big help to me since I moved here.
It's not so much a service, Andrew. It's more of a leveraging what?
Leveraging an entity.
Leveraging an
it's not
entity.
just- you have like
Justin, any idea
you have
what that
20
means?
plus people willing to work with you.
What do you mean? You mean in this office at the New
Yeah,
Orleans
this
Business
office, yeah,
Alliance?
yeah.
So this is a resource that's sitting here. There's a lot of
Exactly.
stuff
Yeah.
going on in the
Free
city that we
resource.
don't know
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
about. First of all, there's dine-arounds at people's houses, and now there's these free information.
There's
just,
a lot of cool stuff going on in the
Who's
city.
paying you?
So we're actually between the city government and the business community. It's a public-private partnership.
The business community. What does that mean?
We have investors.
Okay.
Yeah. So that way we're not completely relying on just the city or just the business. We have a nice.
Why would an
little
investor?
balance.
Sorry about that. Why would an investor
Well, they
put money
want.
into this?
Why wouldn't they want to invest in an organization that's trying to,
Well,
boost
people
the
usually
economy?
invest in something that they make money out of, that they get money back from, and
But
more
if
money
you,
than
if
they
you
put
grow
in.
the
What's-
economy, then in New Orleans, then
That's a
their
very long-term
business-
view.
Well,
It's a
hopefully
very
that's
altruistic
that's
sort of-
kind of how the world should be working, right?
kind of like-
Long-term planning.
People putting their money into like the New Orleans Dow Jones. It's like just a collection of small company. Well, now Dow Jones is a bad example, but I guess you're investing in the idea of a lot of small companies, and if one does well, you directly do well, right? You're an investor.
Well, if
Yes,
you're,
yes.
if you're in
Yeah,
business
yeah,
and
yeah.
all
Yes.
a rising tide lifts all
Yeah.
ships, I
Right.
suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
And is there some sort of charismatic person
What-
who's leading all this?
The leader is Quentin Messer.
Quentin Messer.
The leader, the president or CEO, is Quentin Messer. Yeah.
Quentin Messer.
He's originally from Atlanta, but he worked for the LED, Louisiana Economic Development. And yeah, now he's at the Business Alliance just a little over a year.
Pretty interesting stuff,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 504 word like WARD? Like
exactly
forward?
Like
Yeah.
forward, like moving
But
forward.
504
So it's
WARD.
504 Ward,
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And what does Mary Matthews, our friend, do there?
She's the executive director.
she's-
She's the
charge of it,
executive
yeah.
director
Yeah.
of the whole joint.
Yeah, we're the dream team in the office. We just kind of brainstorm
Sick
back
bag.
and forth and
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Would you like to hear Andrew Duhon play a song?
yes, I
Yes.
would.
I thought you might.
Absolutely. My friend Whitney told me that she's your fanboy. Or
Oh.
fangirl,
Sup,
I should
Whitney?
say.
Okay.
And that you
What's
should
up,
totally
Whitney?
play one of your songs for her.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
pass him along Whitney's number
Okay.
after this?
What would you like to? What would Whitney like to hear? Do you
I have no idea, but she did say
But-
that she goes and sees
hey,
you a lot over at Chicky.
I got an idea. Let's
Yeah.
call Whitney, get a song request.
I can do that. Hold on.
Oh,
Sure,
yes.
give her a call.
This is electric.
Well, what we
smart.
normally do though is Andrew has to play us something new that he's working on,
Oh, sorry.
so that.
No, I like.
But we're totally. We've
like
never,
having
never
to
had a
having to
request.
choose.
We've never had a request ever, so this is good. Let's hope Whitney's home. Katie, do you go out to hear music a lot?
You gotta put it on speaker. She's
I
got
do.
that part.
Yeah, I love live music in the city. In fact, I don't know when the next DJ set is, but it's the Alligator Chomp Chomp, which is a couple of my buddies do some
yeah.
DJing. Yeah, it's swamp pop music, and it is rocking. It is such a good time.
And where's that at?
It kind of changes
Moves
month
around?
to month, but usually Circle Bar or One Eye Jacks or Siberia maybe. But
seen it in
yeah,
Siberia.
super fun time. I love live music.
I think I've seen it once.
Yeah, Hi-Ho probably.
I'm really hoping Whitney picks his phone up.
We'll see. in a
Oh,
moment.
this is disappointing.
What's
Come on,
that?
Whitney. Pick up the phone.
She's not there. Well,
Try
She's
it
not
one more.
there.
Try her one
people
more
do
time.
have things to do once in a while. Probably she sees it's you on. She doesn't want to
she
pick
does,
up.
yeah, exactly. That's,
That's
probably,
the
that's probably
problem.
what the problem
yeah.
is.
Have you been dating Whitney lately?
No, I have not. I actually met Whitney on one of the Tinder apps.
On
Nice.
Tinder. Did you have sex with her immediately?
No, I knew from the moment I met her that we were going to be really good friends, and that was pretty much all that was going to be.
Really?
That's a good quality
What-
to have, though, when you can recognize from the get-go. You're
What
like,
was the
not
key?
someone I'm sleeping with.
Massively overweight.
No, no, just
What? A beard.
yes, no.
What was the key? What made
I
you
don't- I
realize,
don't know.
this
It
is
was-
someone I don't want to have
as
sex with?
As soon as I met her, no, because I think it had a lot to do with the fact that okay. So
You're breaking him down right now.
shit. All right.
Call her up.
Sorry, Whitney. I don't think she's doing that anymore. But when I met her, I shouldn't say that.
Chewing
'cause it's not
tobacco.
her.
Don't worry. We'll bleep this part out. This is just for us.
I'd love
I
to
just-
know what it
no,
was
I-
that gave you the
I
instant.
just,
Hold on. If it
I'm
makes
trying
you
to
feel
say
better,
this.
we'll cut this. We'll cut this.
I just. Oh, geez, I'm red.
You
and
might as well just
embarrassed.
tell the truth now at this point.
Yeah. So, she and her friend was the one that wanted to go, and she and her friend invited me to one of the what do they call them? The swingers clubs.
Oh, I did not see that coming.
Hold on. So many questions.
So many questions.
So many questions.
Which one was it? Is it Colette?
Do you know?
Or
multiple
Jasmine?
ones?
I think it was Colette.
Colette. Okay, that's the one down. It's in the CBD somewhere, and we've had these people on the show. That's how I know all about it.
I was playing down the street from it. I was playing at Happy's down the street from
And
it.
these two girls who you don't
No,
know, who
this
you met
girl
on
and this
Tinder,
dude.
a girl and a guy who you don't know, who you met on Tinder.
And I went, all right, but they weren't apparently.
They suggested that you meet them
And
at
we're
a swingers
like,
club.
We're
First
really
of all,
good
just
friends
wait
now.
up. First of all, they suggested you meet them at a swingers club. That's after meeting them on Tinder, meeting her on Tinder.
After being there on Tinder.
And you know the interesting part about
I
this is that
soon
you
after
said
that got off of Tinder.
you said yes. You said yes. Okay, I'll meet you at the swingers club.
No, I did
That
not
sounds
say
like
I
a great
met her
idea.
at the Swingers Club.
Well, what did you say? How'd that happen?
I will talk with you later.
So you did. So you didn't go.
No, I didn't go.
So what happened?
They're friends.
We're good friends now.
Okay.
Had you met her at this point?
Yeah,
She came into the club where you were playing.
To the club where let me backtrack.
Ah, okay.
So she came. I was playing down the street from it. She and her friend, they were going to go there later, and
Were they a couple?
no, no. I know you give me that look. No, they weren't a couple, and they came by my gig, and she saw me at my gig, and then I hung out with her a little bit during one of the breaks, and she said, "Well, look, we're going to go head down the street to Colette's," and I did, at the time had no clue what Colette's was.
Right.
We'll see you. We'll come swing by and say hi, and she gave me a card so I could get in the door.
She had the
She had the get in free card.
Okay.
So I took the card and I went, all right. So I look as I'm getting packed up and ready. I usually play a lot with this guy Chris Tyree, who plays with me in this duo called the Jukebox Heroes. And the two of us are sitting there and we're packing up our stuff and we're getting ready to go. And I was like, oh, so I'm gonna meet this girl over at Colette's, and he goes, you know what that is, right?
Oh, I mean, that took away a question of mine. Okay.
Okay.
And then I went,
you
all
didn't
right,
know.
well,
You said,
I
no, I
didn't
don't
know.
know
And then I
what
was
it
like,
is.
all right,
What
well,
is
look.
it?
It's like, well, I texted her. I was like, I'm not really interested in going and.
Okay, so you decided right then and there,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fuck this woman because she's a swinger. And who knows
Or
who
that
she's
she
been
had a
having sex
husband?
with. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That's the easier way to do it. I don't think if she was a swinger, I don't know if you could technically say she's a swinger or not. She just hangs
the
out
fact
at
that
those
she
places.
goes there even
Yes.
just puts you off. Because what do
Yeah.
you think's going to happen? You're going to catch something? Or she's just not the kind of girl you want to be
That's just
hanging
not
out?
somebody I want to. Yeah, I'm more interested in. I've been like him.
Whitney, please call back. Please call back.
Well, that's a pretty good thing, though, when you are. If you
Oh,
were
she
to-
says she says she's at Tulane for a little bit longer. What's up? She sent me the text.
Tell her to walk outside. And
Yeah, on a radio show.
Well, we know a lot
We're
more about
requesting you to
Whitney
get
than
on,
most
yeah.
people who request a song. I must say that, Andrew. That's
true.
We've got a lot of
Oh
background.
yeah, I forgot we're still in
What's
queue on that.
What's it going to tell us about what sort of song do you think she
That's a
likes?
great question.
And by the way, now we know some other motive of hers.
Right.
Already a fanboy.
Yeah. Let me think about this.
And if you're listening to this and you've never heard the Happy Hour show about the people from the Swingers Club, we had to record that in an undisclosed location. We couldn't do it in a bar. They wouldn't come and talk to us we did it in my living room.
What's that? Why?
Because they wouldn't want to talk about this in public.
What?
And they didn't want to use their real names.
Get out
So
of
the
here.
whole thing's on our website. If you go to itsneworleans.com and you
Really?
search for Swingers, you can get the whole
They
lowdown.
didn't use their real names either.
Nope. And it was pretty fascinating. It's a pretty fascinating show. It could put you off sex forever or make you really horny and want to go to the Swingers Club tonight, depending on what kind of person you are. It's a bit of a Rorschach test, really, on
Were the
sex.
fake names fun?
I can't remember what they were, to tell you the truth. But the people themselves seemed like very nice, ordinary people. Showed up at my house. We sat around my dining table. We put these microphones on the table instead of doing it in a bar and did the whole show. And they told us
No
all
response.
about... No response?
No response.
I think one of them was a cop. Was
Well,
he a cop, that guy? I
No
can't
judgments
remember.
for me. That's normal for them. So that's
It
fine.
was pretty
Yeah.
interesting, actually. Yeah. It was pretty cool. So anyway, take a listen to it. If you search on itsneworleans.com for Swingers, you'll find it. Andrew, I think when Whitney's
Yeah.
No, I
bailed
think
out.
there's no response. She's bailed out on me on this one.
I think we move on and
Sorry, Whitney.
we
Sorry, Whit.
Pick a song that you think a swinger would like.
Yeah. So this kind of fits the pedigree for what Justin and I were talking about, which is sad bastard heartbreak songs.
All right.
But it's also a little bit in the what I would call the space in between, which I think swingers might appreciate.
Between hopelessness, despair, and optimism.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Like, pitifully, yes. Song's called No Man's Land. It's new. It doesn't fit the usual protocol of playing you a brand new song. I've played you this song before, drafts of it. So anyway, this one goes like this. I can still see you and me settled down on a couple acres. It's a foothill farm where a dog could run around. And in my mind, I'm out there picking them tomatoes. But the rest of me just keeps rambling round. Just weathering the storm of a love that's off and on. I'll love you, then I'm gone again. I'm stuck somewhere in the Midwest. Oklahoma is my best guess. Somewhere between holding out and holding out my hands in no man's land. In no man's land. Your heart is miles and miles of placid ocean. Mine is a rowboat that I drag through landlocked towns. And I know deep down it's all constantly in motion. I know deep down you can't always stick around. Just weathering the storm of a love that's off and on. Somewhere between holding out and holding out my hand. Stuck somewhere in the Midwest. Oklahoma is my best guess. Somewhere between not right now and if not now, when in no man's land. Holding on only leaves us empty-handed. I'm the man you have that always leaves you stranded in no man's land. Thanks, y'all.
That's really coming on, that song now. That's beautiful. Katie, what did you think?
Beyond.
Melting. Oh,
Ah,
God, it's
there
so
you go.
good.
Thanks, y'all.
That's beautiful. Holding on only leaves us empty-handed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sometimes when you're in no man's land.
That's really good.
Thanks,
That's
dude.
interesting to hear, because that's, I think, maybe the second or third time you've played the version of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
song. It's really changing.
Thanks. Yeah,
It's
well,
like coming
I don't know if
together.
that's good, but yeah. Yeah.
I think it sounds beautiful now.
Thanks, dude.
What did you think?
Absolutely
Justin?
beautiful.
Thanks,
It's
man.
impressive.
I've always liked Andrew's lyrics. I think he's a great wordsmith. So
Thanks, man.
That's right
Well,
up
you know,
there.
I
He
think,
is.
you know, I share your admiration and or just, you know, simple circumstance of moving toward the heartbreak song. But specifically, I think there's a lot that you can speak on about the in-betweenness of love and like the love song or the love story that we grew up reading in our, you know, childish fairy tale books, and like what we are learning as we come of age, and
Yeah.
how imperfect but tangible and yet intangible, but necessary. That the whole love story that we write in our own lives is,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to get at, and I think that's one of those tunes that's, trying to speak about the grayness of what it can be.
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Very well.
You succeeded.
Well.
Beautiful.
1 out of 12.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we
11
have to
more
get
go.
out of here because it's Michael's birthday,
Yeah.
and I assume you're going
We'll
out.
cut that.
I assume you're going out tonight, are you?
Yeah.
No.
You're not going out
Come on.
I
tonight.
live the saddest life. Y'all don't understand.
Check
That
the app.
is-
Check the app. We'll go to a True Blue bar.
Do you have friends?
Yeah, I've got friends.
Aren't
I
your
just-
friends
I'm too
going to
busy.
like do something? Too
No,
busy.
I haven't told them.
Stick around here. We'll have another drink.
Yeah, there's
Katie,
a-
will,
there
Katie
you
will
go.
definitely have a drink with you for
Half
sure.
off.
I'm sure Moon will
Appetizers.
stick around.
Justin Moon is going to
Oh,
stick around.
who's going to stick around? Perfect.
Justin,
got
will
a
you stick
candle
around and
somewhere.
have a drink
Sure,
with
I'll
Michael?
do it. Y'all. Come
Her
on now,
two
for your
dudes.
birthday.
She does her two dudes sing awesomely.
And it's
so-
Thomas's birthday too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
at least maybe you can buy each other a drink.
There you
well,
go.
Thomas is going out for sure, so we have to get out of here and let him go.
Okay. Where are you going, Thomas? To a friend's house.
Since
Okay.
he's got friends.
This is exclusive party, I see.
Well, Michael, happy birthday. If
Thank
we
you.
feel
Yeah,
allowed
you
to
very
take a
much.
moment to wish you a happy birthday
Thank
and
you,
be
I appreciate
happy.
it.
Are you happy, actually?
Am I happy?
Yeah, would you call yourself happy?
Yes.
It's only worth doing all this work if it makes you happy.
I mean,
Otherwise, you
yeah,
gotta
it's
come up with a different-
honestly, it's challenging. It's rewarding. But I'm living a unbalanced life, and I'm aware of it. But
right.
it's one of those like sacrifices that I'm making right now.
Yeah.
Are you living a monastic sort of lonely existence?
Probably, yeah. I have a dog with me every day, so
Oh, that's nice.
That's
yeah,
that's all right.
that's nice.
Companionship.
What's the
on. Shout out to
What's
Obi.
the dog's name?
Obi.
Obi, and you
Yeah.
have a dog too, Katie.
Nora.
right?
Nora
No- oh,
Jean.
Nora Jean, and what yours is a blue healer, right?
A blue healer
and
mix.
What's yours?
He's a black lab.
Black Lab. That's nice.
Yeah.
You guys have got some nice dogs there.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a dog, Justin?
Nope.
I'm a little
That could be a
disappointed.
good
No.
idea for you to get a dog.
And no.
It could wreck your house while you're out too.
Yeah. Considering
that's true.
I'm at the office during the day and then I'm playing a few nights a week, it's
It's
probably
a bit
not a
rough
good
on a
thing
dog.
for me to.
yeah,
It's going to
right.
go after the TV first, is the only difference.
Yeah.
All right. At least
Michael
the TV.
takes his
the
dog
TV
with
and
him.
my musical.
Do you
Yeah,
instruments.
take your dog to work?
Yeah, we're in the office like all the time.
Is he like an emotional support animal?
Oh.
No, I mean he just sleeps most of the day, and then other folks from the office will come to knock on my door. Hey, can we borrow Obi for like 30 minutes? So he has
That's
a good
nice.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
kinda
no, he
nice,
has a
yeah.
great
I
time.
am singing the national anthem at the weenie dog race at the fairgrounds in March. So
That's
I'm
killer.
borrowing my friend's
Hell
weenie dog to go
yeah.
out there.
Dude,
parade out.
congratulations.
I'm gonna
That's
do
a
it
good
with
gig.
I'm gonna wear my tails and the white bow tie, and hopefully everybody will think I'm Enrico Palazzo.
That's
So
awesome.
hopefully
You're
we'll see
singing the
them. It goes.
national anthem at the weenie dog races at the
At
fairgrounds.
the fairgrounds.
Did I get
I like
that
That's
right?
a sentence you hear
that is-
every day. Every day. you
That
hear
is
something
a
like
very
that.
unusual sentence. When
That's
is
my
that?
love for dogs right
When-
now. At the Louisiana Fairgrounds, right around the
When?
corner.
Yeah, I know. When?
Oh gosh, March
March of 2017.
of 2007.
Oh, so
I
we
think
have
so.
plenty.
I think
How
it's the
did you
first
know
month.
that, Katie?
He already said March.
You already said it.
Also, there's this thing called Google. Everyone out there can figure
Yeah.
this out.
Okay, all right.
March 4th.
March 4th.
Okay, you guys, we're getting out of here. Katie Dupree was here. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining
Wonderful
us.
time.
Michael Underwood from Scene Hand. Hold
Can
on.
I pause real quick? I mean, we didn't really get into the politics. That's why Katie
That's
was
the
here.
problem. I
so-
know. I wanted to ask why Donald Trump is the president. That was a big
Yeah,
question.
you answer that, please.
How
Do we
did-
want to answer that?
Yeah,
Sure.
Well,
quickly,
there's
succinctly.
a lot of theories.
One answer.
My personal opinion is that
Fact.
media and social media did not do the best job of what they were supposed to do.
Well, social media doesn't have a function other than
I would also
crowdsourcing.
say that at the core of it, it's education, civic education, voter awareness, voter engagement, being able to have a conversation with your neighbor that doesn't necessarily agree with you, not just arguing with them and saying this is what I believe, but asking questions
Exchange
and
of
being
ideas.
yeah, exchange
Yeah,
of ideas, honest
that's
curiosity. I think that
It's the absence of all this that gave us President Trump. Is that what you're saying?
the absence of all of that led to this. This has been building for a number of
So
election cycles.
could you describe that as simply stupidity?
I would never say that. No, I would
sounds
absolutely
like
never
what
say
you're
that.
saying.
No, I would just say.
we're uninformed.
Let's put words in her mouth.
No,
She
no,
said stupidity.
What
We're
I'm
uninformed.
saying is,
We're
we have
uninformed
not
and we're
provided
non-communicative.
voters. We've not provided voters and citizens with the necessary tools and outlets to make those informed decisions. And I believe that's a number of entities' faults, and we need to improve it.
And as a political researcher, then, can we improve it? Is there a
Absolutely.
Is there a way?
Absolutely.
And what is there
I
a
believe
way you
it
can tell us
starts at a
that?
young age for civic education. I wholeheartedly believe that. Improving our education system in general, and then improving the understanding of a political process, of how it works and who has the authority to do what and what rules are in place.
So just basic civics, you mean?
Yeah, because I don't think many people understand what the president has the power to do and not do. So
Well, we're going to find out.
we only have
yeah.
a few more seconds, so give us your 49-point plan to fix this. Real quick.
I would improve
One.
civic education at starting at like 6th or 7th grade.
Two.
Community engagement, really, come on, man. But also, I would encourage people to travel and get a sense of the way that the rest of the world
Yeah.
lives.
That's good advice.
Interesting advice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. And if you haven't, I encourage you to.
And not be afraid to speak your mind.
Yeah, don't be afraid to speak your mind, but also listen to the other side and
Yeah,
ask
no, I
questions.
do that tactfully. I think that would be a good spot in education to start with. Like, learn how to civilly
Engage.
debate or just discourse,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
civil
and I-
discourse.
Yeah,
That's
whatever
huge.
happened to that, you
I
know?
think 20-somethings don't know how to do that
I would
anymore.
agree.
So what's
I think
that about?
a lot of that has to do with social media.
Absolutely.
And I think that technology, of course, is an amazing thing, but we should really start.
We hide behind it.
Someone's got to do something to improve the
Yeah.
disconnect.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do something. Who's it going to be? Could you do it?
I would take on that challenge.
Katie's got it.
All right. Well, you're on it.
I think it's going to have to be Kanye.
Let's check in with you.
Kanye's the only
Kanye's
one.
the
Kanye's
only-
the only
Well, he's
one.
got the time. He's not
Yeah.
there. He quit
Yeah, but he also
singing.
has a
Oh, he quit?
Kardashian,
Yay.
so
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, okay, so we're going to check in with you. How long should we check in with you and see if you've done anything about this? And another
6 months tops.
Six
She's got
months
a
is fine.
she's under the gun right now.
6-week plan. What are you talking about?
I think we can expect to see a lot of changes around here in the next 6 months, quite frankly,
Yeah,
in the United
fingers
States of
crossed.
America.
I do
So-
too.
Feels good.
Okay, so we'll check in with you in 6 months. What about it, actually, seriously?
Yeah, come on back.
Can you pull something off in 6 months for us?
You know, I will work on doing something
All right.
specific for New Orleans and let you know how that's
Oh,
working.
all
No
right.
small
There you
scale.
go.
Thanks.
There
okay.
you go.
All right,
Thought
let's
leader,
do it.
New Orleans.
Katie Dupree, we'll see you back here in 6 months. Michael Underwood, happy birthday.
Thank you.
We'll see you again, I hope.
Yeah,
And the
invite me
product is
back
called
whenever.
Scene Hound, and we can find it at the App Store and
Correct.
the
And the
Android
Android
Google
store, yeah.
Play.
I'll see you at a blue
Store.
dot near you, dude.
Cool.
And check out the
See you
red
then.
red and blue dots. Justin Edward, thank you so much. Can we find
Thank
your
you.
music somewhere by searching justinedwardmusic.com?
JustinEdwardMusic.com.
Okay, and we
is
have,
where
if
you'll
you're
find
driving
it.
around or you're at the gym or whatever, listen to this, we have links to all this stuff on our website. It's neworleans.com. Thanks so much for joining us. That's Happy Hour for another week. Our producer is Graham DePonte. Our music director is Christian Unruh, and our music producer is Jean Valois. Our technical director is Thomas Walsh, and our live feed directors, if you're watching this on Facebook Live or you'd like to go back to our Facebook page, It's New Orleans, and see what we look like, you can thank Asher Griffith and Grayson Jernigan for that. Our theme music was written by and is currently being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show and you can sit upright for about an hour around a table and drink cocktails, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com, where you can find many more happy hours to listen to from the past, as well as some other shows we make here. Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace, True to the Game, with the very funny and fabulous Chris True. Midnight Menu Plus One with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canata, Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tucker. Milo's Music Palette with Kim Vu, and the podcast about death called Simply Death, the podcast, with psychologist Dr. Arian Alfant. Questions from the Waiting Room with psychiatrist Nick Pajic, and the Crazy Psych Ward with Dr. Ross Shields. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and itsbatonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well. And all of it we called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook page. These photos were taken by Moon, otherwise known as Allison Moon, from Lafayette and now right here in New Orleans. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app, thanks for subscribing to us. Take a moment, if you can, to stop and rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans, where you can come and enjoy a 3-hour happy hour here every day and a great brunch on the weekends. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon, everyone around the table here at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting, I'm Grant Morris. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
muchas maneras de enviar dinero a casa y todas las empresas me prometen buenos tipos de cambio y transferencias seguras. Puede ser abrumador. Comencé a utilizar Remitly porque puedo seguir mi dinero en cada paso, lo que me permite saber exactamente cuándo mi mamá recibirá su dinero. Y con su extensa red de pagos, mi mamá puede recibir su dinero de una manera más conveniente y segura para ella. Ve a remitly.com o descarga su aplicación para comenzar. Remitly Inc. es un medio para transferir dinero autorizado por los estados de Nueva York, California, Massachusetts y otros estados.